Time. It's all around us, yet we barely understand it. What if I told you time can stretch, stop, and even move differently depending on where you are? In today's episode of FactPulse, we're counting down the top 10 fun facts about time that will blow your mind. Stick around for number 1. It will completely change how you see the present moment. Let's dive in. Fact number 10. Time passes differently in space. Did you know that astronauts in space are technically time travelers? According to Einstein's theory of relativity, time isn't a universal constant, it's flexible. It bends and stretches based on two things, speed and gravity. Here's how it works. When you're in a strong gravitational field, like Earth's surface, time ticks slightly slower. In contrast, when you're in orbit, like the astronauts aboard the International Space Station, you're further from Earth's gravity and also traveling at about 28,000 kilometers per hour. That's enough to trigger a measurable effect known as time dilation. Scientific fact. After spending 6 months in space, an astronaut would return to Earth having aged about 0.005 seconds less than everyone else. It's not enough to see in the mirror, but it proves time flows differently based on where and how fast you are. Mind-blowing example, NASA's twin study with astronaut Scott Kelly and his identical twin Mark Kelly, who stayed on Earth, gave scientists a rare opportunity. Although the major differences were biological and environmental, their time difference, while tiny, was scientifically valid. One twin literally aged slower than the other. So yes, time dilation is real, and space travel is your ticket to slow aging, even if just by milliseconds. Fact number 9. A day on Venus is longer than a year. Hold on to your space helmets, because Venus will absolutely bend your brain. On Earth, a day is 24 hours and a year is 365 days. Pretty simple, right? Well, not on Venus. Venus spins so slowly that one full rotation, which is what defines a day, takes 243 Earth days. But it orbits the Sun in just 225 Earth days. That means on Venus, a year is shorter than a day. Let's imagine this. You land on Venus, set up camp, and wait for sunrise. You'd have to wait almost an entire Earth year before the sun creeps over the horizon, and by the time it sets, another year would have gone by. Even weirder. Venus rotates backward, meaning the sun would rise in the west and set in the east. Total reversal. Why does this happen? Scientists believe Venus may have been hit by a massive object long ago, altering its rotation. Or, it's simply caught in a strange gravitational resonance with the sun. So while life on Venus would be, well, impossible due to 900 degrees Fahrenheit surface temps and acid rain, the clock would run in ways our minds can barely handle. Fact number 8. The oldest light we can see is over 13 billion years old. Let's go way, way back, farther than dinosaurs or the formation of Earth. We're talking about the oldest light in the universe, the cosmic microwave background, or CMB. This light has been traveling through the universe for over 13.8 billion years, and it originated just 380,000 years after the Big Bang, when the universe finally cooled down enough for light to escape atoms and travel freely. What does this mean for us? When we point powerful telescopes into deep space, like the James Webb Space Telescope, we're not just looking at distance, we're looking back in time. Because light takes time to travel, the further away a galaxy is, the older the light we're seeing. Fun twist, some of the light hitting your eyes tonight left its source when there were no planets, no stars, and no galaxies yet. Just a baby universe starting to form. And the coolest part? This ancient light still exists today as a faint glow. It's in your microwave oven, your TV static, and even in the radio noise between stations. The universe is whispering its origin story to us, if we know how to listen. Fact number 7. Time is slower on Earth's surface than on Mount Everest. It's true, you're aging slightly faster at the top of Mount Everest than you were at sea level. This is all thanks to gravitational time dilation, a concept from Einstein's general theory of relativity. Here's how it works. The stronger the gravity, the slower time passes. Earth's gravity is stronger at sea level than it is on Mount Everest, which is over 29,000 feet above sea level. So, time ticks a bit faster for someone standing at the summit. The difference is tiny, about 15 microseconds per year, but it's real. Over a lifetime, that would only add up to milliseconds. But when we build things like GPS satellites, this difference becomes extremely important. Satellites orbit high above Earth where gravity is weaker, so their clocks tick faster compared to clocks on Earth. Engineers have to adjust GPS time constantly so your phone doesn't show you driving through the ocean. Mind-blown level, even your head ages faster than your feet, because it's slightly farther from Earth's gravitational center. Fact number 6. Time was created during the Big Bang. Let's rewind the universe, all the way back to the Big Bang, about 13.8 billion years ago. Most people know the Big Bang as the explosion that created space and all the matter we see today. But here's a twist, it also created time itself. According to leading physicists, time didn't exist before the Big Bang. There was no before. Time, space, and matter all came into existence simultaneously in one cosmic flash. What does that mean? It means asking, what happened before the Big Bang? Is a trick question, like asking, what's north of the North Pole? There's literally no framework for before to even exist, because time itself hadn't begun. Einstein's general relativity and the equations behind cosmology all suggest that the Big Bang wasn't just a burst of matter, it was a burst of space-time. Every second that has ticked since then is part of a clock that started in that single moment. Mind blown yet? In other words, time is not an eternal background, it's a property of our universe, and it had a starting point. So when we say the universe had a beginning, we really mean everything began, even the concept of before. Fact number 5. You are time traveling right now. Think time travel is only for movies like Back to the Future or Interstellar. Think again. You are time traveling right now. That's right, you are constantly moving forward in time at a rate of 1 second per second. It feels normal because we're all doing it together. But technically, this forward motion through time is a form of time travel. But here's where it gets wild. Scientists have proven that you can travel faster into the future by going near the speed of light or by entering a strong gravitational field, just like black holes or neutron stars. Example, imagine boarding a spaceship and zooming through space at 99.99% the speed of light for just a few years. When you come back to Earth, decades, or even centuries, could have passed. That's real-time travel to the future, backed by physics. This isn't just theory. Astronauts on the International Space Station experience time slightly slower due to their speed and position above Earth, so when they return, they're literally milliseconds younger than their counterparts on Earth. So while building a time machine to the past might still be science fiction, the ability to jump forward in time is science fact. Fact number 4. Time can technically stop. This sounds impossible, but science proves it. Time can actually stop, under specific conditions. According to Einstein's theory of special relativity, as an object moves closer to the speed of light, time slows down for that object relative to a stationary observer. At exactly the speed of light, which is 299,792,458 meters per second, time would theoretically freeze from the perspective of that object. Now here's the catch. Nothing with mass can reach the speed of light, only massless particles like photons can travel that fast. So for photons, no time passes between their creation and their destination. It's like they instantly zip across the universe with no aging at all. Example. If you turned into a beam of light and flew from the sun to Earth, a journey of about 8 minutes for humans, you'd experience that as instantaneous. From your light speed perspective, time has literally stopped. Fact number 3. Your brain has its own clock. Your brain isn't just smart, it's also a timekeeper. Deep in your brain's hypothalamus lies a tiny cluster of 20,000 nerve cells called the suprachiasmatic nucleus, SCN. This acts as your master clock, controlling your circadian rhythm, your 24-hour biological cycle that tells you when to sleep, wake, eat, and even release hormones. But that's not the only clock in your brain. Neuroscientists have discovered that your brain has multiple clocks, working at different speeds to judge everything from milliseconds, like when catching a ball, to decades, like remembering childhood. Cool twist: your perception of time is emotional and subjective. Time flies when you're having fun because your brain records fewer data points. But when you're anxious or bored, your brain records more details, making time feel slower. Fact number 2. There are time crystals. Time crystals sound like science fiction, but they're real, and they're one of the wildest breakthroughs in modern physics. In 2021, scientists at Google and Stanford created a time crystal inside a quantum computer using qubits, quantum bits that can exist in multiple states at once. But what is a time crystal? In simple terms, it's a new phase of matter that changes in time without using any energy. Unlike regular crystals like diamonds that have patterns in space, time crystals have patterns that repeat in time. They oscillate between states endlessly, breaking what's called time translation symmetry, a fundamental rule of physics. Why it matters? Time crystals could revolutionize quantum computing and lead to devices that never lose energy over time. They challenge our understanding of what's physically possible. Fact number 1: the present doesn't really exist. This is the grand finale, and it's going to blow your mind. According to the block universe theory, a model supported by relativity, the past, present, and future all exist simultaneously. There's no absolute now. What you experience as the present is just your brain interpreting the flow of events. Here's why. In Einstein's theory of relativity, simultaneity is relative. Two events that happen at the same time in one place may occur at different times for someone moving at a different speed or in a different gravitational field. Real-life example: if you're on Earth and someone else is on a spaceship moving near the speed of light, your clocks will disagree on what moment is now. To them, your future might already exist, and to you, their past hasn't happened yet. Mind blown? The idea that the present moment is an illusion changes everything. It suggests that your future is already out there, waiting to be experienced. Which time fact surprised you the most? Drop your answer in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another countdown from FactPulse. Until next time, stay curious.